As we age, many of us start to reflect on the changes our bodies go through. And while it's natural to want to stay healthy and active, we also need to recognize that with age comes the reality of end-of-life changes. For those of us in our later years, it's important to acknowledge and understand the subtle signs that may indicate we are in our final years. These signs don't have to be feared, but they are important to notice so we can live out our remaining time with peace, dignity, and awareness. In today's video, we'll discuss 5 key signs that could suggest an elderly person may be approaching their final year of life. These subtle warnings are natural parts of aging, and understanding them allows you to make informed decisions about how you spend your time and take care of your health in your later years. Let's explore these signs with compassion and mindfulness. As we acknowledge the inevitability of aging and life's transitions. 1. Drastic changes in appetite. One of the first signs that may indicate a person is approaching their final years is a significant change in appetite. Many older adults experience a decrease in appetite as they age. This could be due to a variety of reasons, such as a decrease in metabolism, changes in taste and smell, or even the body's natural process of slowing down. It's important to understand that a loss of interest in food isn't necessarily something to fear. It could be the body's way of preparing for less physical demand. However, it's still important to ensure that any changes in appetite are monitored, and nutrient-dense meals are offered to maintain energy and health. If this loss of appetite is accompanied by weight loss, it may be time to have a conversation with a doctor to ensure there are no underlying health issues affecting their nutrition. 2. Increased fatigue and lack of energy. Another subtle sign to watch for is increased fatigue. As we age, our bodies require more rest and recovery time. However, if there is a dramatic increase in tiredness or a lack of energy that is beyond what is typical, it could be a sign that the body is gradually winding down. Sometimes, this fatigue is accompanied by a decreased interest in physical activities that were once enjoyable or part of a daily routine. If this happens, it's important to listen to the body, but also to encourage gentle movement or light activity to maintain flexibility and comfort. This is often a sign that your loved one is not just physically tired, but that their body is conserving energy for vital processes, preparing to rest more deeply. 3. Withdrawal from social activities and isolation. As we get older, it's natural for some to prefer more quiet and private moments. However, when an elderly person begins to withdraw from social activities, family gatherings, and relationships, it can be an important sign. Social withdrawal is often linked to emotional or physical changes that could indicate a transition into the final stage of life. This is not necessarily a sign of depression, but rather a natural process. People may become more introspective and feel less inclined to interact with others because they are turning inward, possibly preparing for the next stage of life. If you notice a loved one withdrawing, gently check in with them, offering both emotional and physical support. Respecting their space while keeping an open door for connection can help them feel supported and understood. 4. Decreased mobility and physical function. As we age, we often notice a decrease in mobility. For some, simple tasks like walking or standing become more challenging. This physical decline is often a result of muscle weakness, arthritis, or joint stiffness. However, a rapid and progressive loss of mobility can signal that the body is preparing to slow down more significantly. If a person begins to struggle with breathing, balance, or basic movements, it may be time to ensure that they have the proper support and care to assist them. Rather than focusing on what can no longer be done, it's important to celebrate the abilities they still have and help maintain their comfort and dignity through appropriate assistance, whether through caregivers, aides, or adaptive tools. 5. Change in sleep patterns and increased sleep time. Changes in sleep patterns are often one of the most noticeable signs that a person is entering their final years. Many older adults find that their sleep becomes more fragmented, and they may wake up more often during the night. In addition to waking up more frequently, many elderly people experience an increased need for sleep, spending more time resting and resting longer hours. While this can be a natural part of aging, it could also indicate that the body is preparing for the end of life. If someone sleeps for longer stretches or has trouble staying awake for long periods, it's important to monitor their comfort and provide a peaceful environment. Ensure they are getting the proper rest they need without the fear of discomfort, and consider keeping their environment calm, quiet, and free of disturbances to support their natural rhythms. Conclusion: aging with grace and peace. It's never easy to think about the eventual end of life, but understanding the natural signs that indicate we may be in our final years can help us prepare both physically and emotionally. These signs, such as changes in appetite, fatigue, social withdrawal, decreased mobility, and shifts in sleep, are part of the human experience and should be approached with compassion, awareness, and support. The most important thing we can do for ourselves or our loved ones is to embrace these transitions with grace. Whether it's through finding comfort, peace, and dignity in their final years or ensuring support and care as they adjust to these changes, we can make the most of the time we have. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights into aging with health, dignity, and peace. Feel free to share your thoughts or questions in the comments below.